a Patriotic Front Party. The issue of cadreism is something that we are dealing with very decisively. And that is the reason why we are very confident, IP, that come 2026, there will be no stories. We will come on the table with what we did in that period. The UPND should also come on the table to tell the Zambian people what they would have done 5 years down the line. And I can bet your bottom dollar there will be no competition in terms of what we did and what they would have done. Apart from the self-praises, the songs, and dancing to themselves, there's nothing that they're going to show the Zambian people at the end of 5 years.
Do you pick examples, Honorable Mundubile, that the examples, for example, how the UNIP has failed to bounce back into power after spending 27 years into office, into government? They've tried to rebrand themselves, but that has failed completely as we speak today. You can talk about the MMD as well, where you were also part and parcel at some point. The MMD failed also to rebrand itself for possible comeback. Zambians, they have moved on. UNIP is gone, MMD is gone. And now the PF, where you still remain hopeful that maybe one day you're going to be voted into office. But the general feeling out there is that the PF is a bygone and forget about it. Coming back to sealing the debate or finishing the debate, President Hakainde Hichilema comes in and says, "Wakekala pesa," meaning you are gone.
Well, first of all, you have to draw examples from the failures of the parties that were in government before. I think we are sitting in a very good place because we've been able to draw lessons, from the mistakes that they would have made, or where they would have actually corrected the situation along the way. Coupled with that, let's say that in 2011, the MMD government went out of power and the PF came in. It became difficult for the MMD. It's not the only reason. One of the reasons was that the PF immediately began to perform. Immediately, they began to perform. It was difficult as MMD as a party to go to Chilubi and speak to the people in Chilubi, because the people of Chilubi, for the first time since independence, they saw the construction of 2 district hospitals. They saw the construction of a brand new secondary school, 2 brand new secondary schools. They saw power lines being drawn. They saw the construction of towers. The same thing with the people of Mborokoso. It happened right across the country. So it became very difficult, to go back to the people. It became difficult for the MMD because the PF government had begun to perform. They overshadowed the previous government immediately, especially on the pro-poor policies. Remember that President Michael Sata came in using the pro-poor campaign and immediately began to implement. He had talked about opening up the country. Okay, he came up with the Link Zambia 8,000, and the whole country was a construction site. Now, in this particular case, it's a complete different scenario.